I,
All
I
right.
feel like I'm like holding my tickets outside the stadium waiting to get let in.
Right. And the doors are about to be, the
Yeah.
floodgates are about to open.
And
It's
the
like the
secu-
Beatles.
yeah, and the security guard is just like dicking around with me. It's gonna be a good show in there. I
They're
know.
holding everyone
I
back.
know. Yep.
And then they just flood.
What? Flayed.
Flayed.
The Kraus family.
You are now listening to the Jah and Fah Show. Jah and Fah Show. Now listening. You are now listening to the Jah and Fah Show.
Decent clap this week. Fa, how are you? It is a welcome back episode. I apologize we are late. Jah and Fah back on the scene.
Jah and Fah back on the scene, coming at you with a nighttime pod. And I'm just going to put it out there. It's sad boy hour, Steve.
Yeah,
It's sad boy hours.
that was the I like that. I'm glad Keith established a name. I picking the name every week sometimes like I like it to come authentically, but when I do have to like listen through and decide one, it kind of sucks. But Keith said it before the show. He just said it was sad boy hours, and he felt it was fitting, and I agree. I'm not that sad. I'm just a little like sleepy, but I understand the mood. It's been raining all day down here and up there. It's been gross as hell all day. It's just it naturally like lends yourself to that. Like I'm just gonna sit inside all day and do nothing mood.
Yeah, exactly. And I was telling Tabor earlier, it's not like I had a horrible day or something terrible happened. Just I'm sure we'll get into it in the pod, but just came back from a great weekend with some friends, Sixers. Oh, terrible. Don't even want to speak their name. And you know what, man? It's just tough getting back into a routine. I feel like everyone can kind of relate to, whether you take a vacation or just like a couple days off or like some kind of change in the routine and trying to get back into it. It's tough.
Yeah, and we said it just before the pod, but like you even said, like you changed your eating habits, like you changed everything when you come up here. So like to go back and just to snap back into reality, sometimes it's tough, man. It throws off your whole week.
Yeah, it does. And I'm still recovering. I mean, wow. So yeah, so me and Allie did take a trip to Jersey from Wednesday night to Sunday night. And I think every night we were there, we didn't go to bed till after 3 o'clock. Woke up by like 9 or 10 most days. Or I mean, there was one day we did sleep in. I forget which one. Maybe Friday, but whatever the case. Uh, yeah, we were just partying, hanging out, jam packed weekend, seeing everyone. Me and Tabor got some hangout time. Got some good videos. Maybe throw them in the pod. I don't know.
Yeah, I will definitely throw them in there because there's definitely a great video of Keith doing a Mark Zoom off from the Sixers impression.
Uh-huh. Yep. And soon after that video was taken, it was towards the end of the night. I remember just grabbing Tabor, and all of a sudden we hit the deck, figuratively and literally, and we were just under a table cracking up, and we were horizontal.
We that was what you said, and then I felt like we were saying horizontal way too much for the next 10 minutes.
Oh, we had a case of the horizontals, Fachet. Fachet. I mean, hey, it was just fitting. It was just that end of the night when you just kind of are tackling people, just getting a little sloppy out there.
Yeah.
And you go.
No. I didn't mean to stop that. I got out. No.
I was just gonna say it's one of those nights where I feel like when you grab someone, if you were sober, the person really wouldn't move. You'd probably just embracing a hug. But that was the point of the night. If you grab someone, you're going down, both of you.
Both, yeah.
Both
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how horizontal are we?
Oh my gosh, 180, Steve.
Very, 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 very horizontal. Yeah, it was a great night. I'm very glad you came up. I'm really glad me, you, and Allie got to spend a lot of time together. It's always nice. I'm glad to be included. You guys are great people, man. It's a pleasure to see you always.
Dude, it was a pleasure seeing you, man. Always great. Got to see the pups. Actually did make a reservation for someone else to be on the pod. So we'll see if they come through at some point.
They will be. Yeah. We're like we're definitely not sticking to anything. We do whatever we want, but like
Yep.
average-ish, like every 5-ish episodes, maybe we'll have a guest on. Maybe, like, not again, not holding to anything.
Nothing. Just a just a little maybe. But yeah, dude, the whole weekend in a whole was great. Just the only other thing I want to say about it was, man, getting back, Frontier, give us a free ticket because the flight back, man, was awful. I was telling Tabor, me and Allie aren't ones to complain about a flight or anything. We don't care. Like, shit happens, man. Like, absolutely, we get that. But there is no reason for us to board this flight and sitting there for over 45 minutes with no air conditioning, sweating our balls off right after the Sixers lost Game 7. Crazy. Just to add like insult to injury, like, oh, terrible. But once we did get moving, you know, the air was working and fine, everything was good. But, whew, rough days ahead, Steve.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
Do you think you would have been just as annoyed with the AC condition if the Sixers had not just lost? If the Sixers won, how do you think you would have been feeling in that?
I think I would have been sweaty but happy. But the fact that they lost and the AC wasn't working, the only thing that was keeping me through was a guy one row behind me that was just feeling my pain, saying the captain's probably hanging out with Ben Simmons right now. Both of them are not doing their job right. So good. Just roasting them the entire time.
When you had told me that after you told me you got home safe and whatnot or whatever, I said it's nice. It's nice when you're out and like there's that communal sense of like we're all experiencing the same thing and we're all joking about the same thing or whatever, and everyone's kind of laughing together. Like,
well, and it is nice, and as I don't know if you feel the same way, but you know, just using the Sixers as an example, since that's the latest tragedy, I feel like in a lot of people's lives. You know, even when they lose, it's hard for me. I don't know if it's just going to sound selfish, but it's hard for me to think that other people are feeling the exact same way. Like sometimes I feel like, man, like I like cannot get over this. Like this sucks. But then you remember there's literally so many other people, literally probably feeling even worse at times, like over this, and like maybe that put money on it or whatever the case. And it's just like, you know, like you're saying, being in that communal environment on the plane where everyone just watched them lose, everyone's sweating, everyone's complaining. You almost like there's a sense of comfort to that for sure.
yeah, and you know, rolling off that too, there's also like a sense of community in it. It sucks to see that end. Like everyone is so engaged in the Sixers right now, and like even like casual people, even people who don't really care that much about basketball, I felt like
Right.
we're tuning into the Sixers just because of the reach they have right now. It's a fun team, seemingly. Like it's a fun environment around the team. It's fun to be a part of it, and like to see that end in such a heartbreaker. It sucks, man. I'm done talking about the Sixers. If you want to go more on them, please do.
No, I'm done. I have shed all my tears. Looking forward to next season. Daryl Morey, make some good moves. If you're listening, we should try to get Daryl on this pod.
Wow. I can't remember if it's him, but I'm pretty sure it was like Maury or someone like went on a podcast who had like 40 subscribers or some shit like that. I can't remember who it was.
Really?
I'm not remember. I can't say it was exactly Daryl Morey. I can't remember who it was, but something like this. You never know. You never know.
I honestly think, for anyone who doesn't know, Daryl Morey is the general manager of the Sixers. Just putting that out there.
Was gonna say the same thing.
Yep. But he like whenever you see him interview, he does seem like one of the boys, honestly. Like just he's like he just happens to know a lot about basketball, but if he didn't know that, like I feel like he'd just be one of the guys just hanging out.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's got a good vibe to him.
He does. But yeah, man, I mean, besides all that, how was your weekend? How was your week since
how is my perspective on the weekend with Fah? My weekend was great, man. I had a great time. I'm glad I feel like you guys got to do all the things you wanted to do, at least thereabouts.
Oh yeah, lots of you know, just moving into real quick of coffee intake, breakfast kind of routine stuff. Definitely got a little messed up this weekend because we did 2 diner trips, which were much needed, and a lot of Dunkin' trips, man. A lot of Dunkin', a lot of diner. Haven't really been making my own coffee recently just because we've been out. But I'll tell you what, the diner food, can't beat it. Can't beat it.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Comes
is
out as quick as it goes in, Steve.
it really does. Oh, it always comes out fast somehow.
Dude.
It's like a marvelous thing. It's Jersey diners are undefeated.
Oh, we had the most classic Jersey or Jersey diner waitress. She was dropping Huns like it was her job. You got
Of
it, hun.
course.
You got it, hun.
Yep. Yep.
Loved it. Like that classic stereotype. It's perfect. Everything I wanted. Allie got the Hungry Man special. And
Yes.
that's her second time getting it.
Did she defeat it?
She did not eat the entire thing, but I gotta tell you what, man, she puts a hurting on them. Like, I am very impressed because it's always one of those things. Allie's a big one of like her eyes are bigger than her stomach. She grabs all this food and then is like, oh man, like 3 bites in, she can't do it. But for some reason, the Hungry Man's special, man. I feel like she thinks of that as like a competition almost. Like she's like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
and again,
it is.
She didn't eat all of it, but damn near.
Yeah, a lot of my friends, I mean, like Dean, Jake, Travis, all like them, they'll go to the diner and they'll get the Hungry Man and they'll essentially compete with it.
Yeah. And now can they finish it?
Oh, they finish it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, right, I'm sure. Dude, I've been noticing, I feel like you and me have been doing the same thing during this whole pod. I feel like we are the thirsty sad boys tonight.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't take enough water right now.
Yeah, I actually I don't have a headache, but like I don't know, man. Like
it's the weather, dude.
Exactly. It really is.
Weather.
It's just the weather, man. It's just been a fucking weird day.
Well, and you know what? Just going on to the rain. I love a good rainy day. But if it rains over, 2 days, like I mean, I love just one day and then it needs to be nice the next day. This stretch of like it raining like 3, 4, 5 days in a row, it gets old quick. I am like so over it, man. Like I love it like here and there, like, oh, it's raining, that's different. But like today, dude, there's this one thunder. It was like so long. Did you like that one?
I don't even know what to say to that, man. That was amazing.
It was awful. Like the whole like place was shaking. I'm grabbing the TV and my monitor.
Oh my god, man.
Allie's trying to walk but like can't. Like
was
the
it
Titanic
loudest,
over here.
Was it the loudest lightning strike you ever heard?
Dude, one of them, I will tell you what, the Florida thunder is something I've never heard in my life, man. It has its own thing. Like now, Jersey has some good storms. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know, man. Since we've been here, it's been, like I said, it's been raining for like the last week, maybe like 2 weeks now, and it just like all of a sudden out of nowhere, it's just a boom. It's crazy.
The sound effects this week are amazing.
I know. We really need to sample them. I need to sample them and get them on a board so we can just that one long one. It will just be one button.
That was an insane one, man. I can't believe that you had to experience that.
I wish you could have heard it in real life, dude. It was insane because even while it was going, I said to Allie, like, that was the longest, loudest thunder I've ever heard in my life. And she went, it's still going. It's still going.
That's wild.
And it was. It was crazy. So I am happy I got to show you a little bit of what it sounded like.
I'm looking to see if I even wrote anything down. I don't think I did.
I don't think I did either. I mean, it was just a jam-packed weekend, man. Our last pod. Shout out AB and Mikey for coming on. Honestly, that seems like years ago.
For real, it really does.
But it does feel back to get back on the pod. Also, for any Moralers out there, we are back on the streams. Did a nice little stream yesterday. Another stream coming up tomorrow. And you know, it's the whole. I know we talk about a morning routine a lot, but just a routine in general, like a nighttime routine, like doing the stream, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like when you get off that stuff, like I hate to be like in such like a scheduled thing, but like at the same time, man, it is nice. It gives a sense of like, you know, and whether you have a ton of stuff planned every day or just like that one thing, like you just know, like Monday, I'm just doing that one tiny thing, whatever it is. It's nice.
Yeah, that's actually a while ago when I first started jumping on with you. I was like, thanks for even having me on because it's nice to like jump on even as like the fucking I'm gonna jump in at F night at the end, like on Mondays, and then Wednesdays I play some F night as usual, and Fridays get fucked up. Like
Yeah, it's crazy.
nice. It's nice to have that schedule each week and know like, okay, I have that tonight, so I'll be out at my desk at this time, and I'll do all the shit that I need to before then. Like that's why
Exactly.
that's why having a job is nice, and like that's why working from home is tough because you're in your own environment and your own comfort zone so often. Like it just gives you liability to lay in your bed because you can. Like
Yeah. Well, right, and not only that, I've experienced this from myself. Just you know, with working from home, and obviously last year, you know, when COVID all year, all that, like, yeah, I have found myself like I think I brought this up, just like not struggling in social environments by any means, but just like wanting to avoid them a little bit more. Not like in like a way where I want to avoid them all the time, but just like I don't know, just like going out all the time just doesn't sound as appealing as just like hanging at home now. And it's like crazy. I don't know if that's just getting older or like what. Like, I mean, obviously, like, you know, when going to Jersey, like me and Allie both knew we were going to be out pretty much every night. And that's what I wanted because I want to see you guys as much as possible. But, you know, like when we're not doing a trip like that or anything, it's like, hey, we're cozy.
I
See
think
that you
that
guys coming out.
yeah, it is. It is. It's late hours, man. This is a late episode.
This is the
It's a long
latest.
day, man.
This is the latest pod I think we've ever done.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Starting at 10
Okay,
o'clock.
you think we can handle it?
Is this out of our pay grade right here? You think we can do it, man?
A little bit.
I think we're doing good.
Is this a middle of the game heat check, right? Real quick. We're doing good. We're good.
I think we're doing good. We're hitting the free throws.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. All right,
Ah,
we gotta
God,
move on to
Zerks.
something else.
Gazooks. I've had a case
Yeah.
of those. Those have been good.
The Gadzooks have been bad.
I
You
mean,
know what?
they're
Actually,
just-
since you said it, what, dude?
Way.
What did you say?
Ah!
What, dude?
Way.
What is it time for the what, dude?
We're not. This isn't the end of the episode, but my what, dude, has something to do with a certain phrase that you just said.
No.
The origin of the word Gadzooks.
Can I just say it's so funny because me and Tabor were talking literally 20 minutes before we did this podcast, and I said to him, "So did you find your what, dude?" And he went, "I think I did." Just straight face, no telling at all. I can't believe it. I can't believe
Is
it.
that a good one?
That was fantastic. Let me hear it.
Thank you. Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
hear
of
it,
course.
Steve.
As the meaning suggests, this was originally two word Gadzooks, which was something hyphenated and is now almost always spelled as a single word. Gad is a common term to avoid using the speaking of the name God. The only Gad that has survived, there's like a bunch of like Gad words. Like, dude, it's like instead of saying like God damn it, you would say
Okay.
Gad.
Wow.
Gad's Bud. Gad's Wooker. Gad's Soaker. Dude, the Gad's nouns. What are these sound fake.
What?
But regardless, this origin is 1600, so keep that in mind. Now, the only Gad that survived was Gadzooks. It's still used to this day, but gone in whatever meaning originally was.
Wow. And was there any terminology for Zooks, or was that just like a word?
It must have been a word or something.
That is crazy. Wow. I didn't know. I honestly didn't know there was anything behind it. I thought it was just one of those phrases that people just said, you know?
Gadzooks, man.
Like, I saw this TikTok. I don't know if it's true or not, but like, when something's like hard as hail and like you think it's like HELL, but it's actually hard as hail, HAIL, like hail, like from the sky.
People say that?
Like, you know, like people like, that's hard as hell. Or like something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Yeah, it's hard as hell.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I thought it was always hell, HELL, but then someone was like, it's HAIL, like hail.
That person's a fucking lunatic. They need to be condemned.
Oh. This person is pronounced a lunatic on the John Fah show. Don't come around us. We know who you are.
I don't like that take. Every time I say what the hell, I mean what the HELL.
Right. Well, and that's
Right.
like the thing. Right. I think just thinking about the Zach Shearer's on a chain one, but I think in any other context it's hell. It's like what the hell, who the hell, why the hell. But when it's hard as hell, I guess it's hell. I don't know. I mean, I'm starting to change my ways.
I get what you're saying now, though. Hard as hell.
Yes.
Right. That's a free what, dude.
So if you were the judge and you just pronounce this guy a lunatic, you're like, oh, okay. I'm still gonna put you down as a lunatic.
25 years in prison, not life.
Oh my god, 25, which is ironic because I just turned 25.
Yeah, happy birthday again, man. Oh, speaking of 25,
Quarter
how'd
century.
you like my pretzels?
Oh my god, yes, dude. Got the Tabor world famous pretzels, man. Delicious. Such a nice surprise. Oh my god, forgot. Like, thank you for bringing that. You know what I'm gonna say now.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good, yeah. Back to the weekend real quick, but yeah, the pretzels were absolutely phenomenal, man. I had so many of them. It was crazy. I don't know how many you ended up making, but I remember I like right off the bat, I had like 3, I think. Then I took a break from them for a while, had some drinks, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back for a pretzel. Gone. They're gone. They were like all gone by the time I wanted one again. I was like, hey, happy I had them while I did.
Yeah, man. You should have hid one.
Yeah, that's okay. I wanted to try the everything. I wanted to try the regular at least, and then when I went back in, I grabbed another regular. And the next time I was going to go back, I was going to grab an everything. They're fun.
I wish I would have made some more regulars, but everything turned out really good as well.
Dude, everything's like, was delicious. You know, I'm a big everything and bagel guy.
Yeah.
But not only the pretzels were a surprise, but we you know, I get over to our friend's house. Everyone's looking great. And Tavor's standing right next to me wearing his Hawaiian shirt, jersey underneath, pink hat, sunglasses on. And I go, I love everyone's outfits tonight. And Tabor, dead face, yeah, man, you like them? It's like, dude, I love it. I feel like there's so much diversity going on. Everyone's just like feeling like this is great. Then what happens? 15 minutes later, we have AP Hole 11, Schmanch and Tame all walking out with fake beards on, backwards hats, got the chains, Rick and Morty shirts. And they were like, we dress like you, dude. We dress like you, Keith. I was like, oh my God, that's so nice. Like the 3 of you dressed like me. And then Tabor, 5 minutes later, comes up. He's like, you know, we all dress like you, man. Mind blown. Incredible. It was so awesome. It was so nice. So I wish we got a recording of just that whole like sequence of events of like me first saying it to you. Like I had no idea. Like I literally was not saying that in any regards, thinking there's something up. I really just thought everyone was like just I don't know. I mean, a lot of people wearing Sixers stuff, so that made sense. You came in with the Hawaiian shirt. I was like, love it all. And
Dude, I was just the funniest thing to me was walking in from my perspective. I walked in and it was only the guys. So it's Keith, John Henry Krause, Matthew Justin Easterday, and who am I forgetting?
Jared Morales.
I don't think he has a middle name.
Nuh-uh.
I'm pretty sure he does not have a middle name.
This is an actual thing.
I'm like fairly certain.
That's a what, dude? For anyone who knows Jared Morales.
No. I remembered Chris Edward Tran. No, I can't. I don't think he either does. We gotta ask him. I'll make sure I ask him and I'll report back. But regardless, I've full name dropped everyone. To the best of my abilities, everyone is full name dropped. Exactly. I show up. There's a lot of men. Everyone's wearing their Sixers jersey because the Sixers are going to be on, of course. Now, I once again, like I tried to spread the idea that everyone dresses like they would see Keith. There is a Sixers game, so you'd imagine Keith wears the jersey. But the thing is, it seems just like everyone's just wearing their jerseys like they would be fans. But they were all kind of Keith. But then Morales was Beach Keith. That was Frisbee Keith.
Mm-hmm.
I was stream Keith, or like maybe there was a Sixers game on and Keith was streaming Keith.
Love it. Now,
what? No.
I was just gonna say now. Prior, did you guys actually say which Keith you were gonna be?
No.
Or are you just kind of making this out, like what it looked like?
I specifically said to everyone, it's up to your own interpretation. Please do whatever you want.
Love that. And you were the ringleader.
I was. I thought of it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "This would be a great idea." And I was like, not a little discouraged when I did show up, and there was everyone in just as a Sixers jersey. It did make me worry that you wouldn't notice. Then when you said, "Man, everyone looks so good tonight," and I was like, "Hold on, that is even better than him like not noticing." Then the girls came out. Then I was like, "This is amazing." It was so good.
Did it go even better than expected at the end?
Yeah, because it was like a delayed gratification in that like you had this everyone just looks good tonight. Like I mean we were kind of wearing all the same-ish outfits, but like then AB showed up later. AB looked the part. She had the Hawaiian shirt on. She was Fah AF,
and she actually had the real band or the real headband I wear for the streams.
So good.
Crazy. That was so fun. That honestly, this was one of my best birthdays. I think I'd say that was so much fun. And then on on my actual birthday, because that was actually the day after that party, but the day of, I went over to Tabor's house. Me and Tabor and APO 11 hung out all day, pretty much. Besides a little hour for dinner, but me and Tabor started taking tequila shots at 2 p.m. And I think we were feeling good. Got to go to Travis Crane's place. Oh my God.
How good was that?
Oh, brilliant.
That was a great time, man. Liam was there. Jenny was there.
That was the peak of me.
Very high.
That was the peak of me getting a little dunzay. I will tell you that.
We were doing a lot of we were getting intoxicated that night, to say the least.
Yep. No, we were. And you know what? It was all worth it, because that will be a time we'll look back and be like, that was really fun. That was a really good time. But, I don't know. It was good. And I feel like that's kind of why I'm a little sad boy, because, I've just been doing a lot of like reflecting like that, like even as recently as this weekend, but even beyond, like, I don't know, just all life and just the experiences you have. And I feel like the rain always makes me feel this way. I swear. It's just like that. It's like that thinking juice, It's like you just hear it out. And especially because I have a window right here, as you can kind of see. But it's just like hitting on the window all day. There was at one point because I work here too, just typing away. Here, watch here. You can even get the noises. Just typing. Can you hear that? That's me typing at work.
That was nice ASMR.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden I would just stop and I would just like get into a zone for like a long time. And the one time it was really scary, because like I just like kind of stopped working. I was just zoning. And all of a sudden Allie called me, but it didn't sound like her for some reason. Like I was like in such a weird zone Like when she said, all she said was like, "Hey Keith," and it just didn't sound like her voice at all. So I like hesitated. It sounds so stupid. Like obviously it's her calling me. Stupid story. Shouldn't have even told you.
No, keep going. Keep going.
But, so, like I'm crying.
Oh man.
But yeah, she was like, "Hey Keith," and I like paused. I was like in real big fear for a second, and I just let out a yeah. And she just like asked me something about work and actually came out and talked to me for a second. I was like, "Dude, you didn't sound like yourself." And she's like, "What did I sound like?" I was like, "I don't know. Didn't sound like yourself though." It was scary, man. I was just like getting in the mind. One plus of today, I did want to bring this up. Any Rick and Morty fans out there, just watched a new episode, which, guess what, Tabor? I meant to tell you, I don't know if you have Adult Swim or anything. The episode is on YouTube.
I saw that. And actually it keeps popping up every time I go into YouTube.
Do you know why
they
they
are
did
begging
that?
me to watch it. They just want people to watch their show. And adults,
I think it's great. I think it's great.
You can go on the website for Adult Swim, and they'll have something like, I'm pretty sure they have most of their shows on there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because the last season, me and Allie actually, because we had cable at the time, we would watch it every Sunday as they'd come up. We don't anymore, so I was like, damn, how are we gonna watch this? Because on Hulu, for some reason, they don't come out weekly. It takes like months later, and then the whole season's out. It's like, okay, well, that was pointless. But dude, super good episode, man. It was like, me and Allie were kind of telling Tabor, it like flew by. They're like 30-minute episodes. They're really like 22 minutes, I think, or 23 minutes or something. But we sat down, started eating, and all of a sudden it was done. It was like so good. It reminded me, I heard a lot of people felt the same way, and I kind of did too. It just reminded me of like a classic Rick and Morty episode. Like it was just like, it was over the top. It was weird, but it was just like fun. It was just fun in a weird way. And I don't know, and the whole family was involved. I'm the same way with like Rick and Morty as I am with Bob's Burgers or any kind of family type of show like that. Love when they're all involved. I hate like when it's a whole episode of just one side character or just one of the main characters. Let's bring them all in. It's just a nice diverse group. I love it.
It's funny that you say that. I'm gonna switch gears a touch here. You know what show you would hate then, or at least no, not show you would hate, but there is a season of a show that changed its format to exactly what you just said. Have you ever heard of Arrested Development?
I have heard of it. I can't say I've ever seen it though.
It's actually a super funny show, and the first 3 seasons are like really funny. Like not like one of the best comedies of all time, but like seriously, if you like a comedy that's like a few layers deep, like it like has some jokes and it has some like really deep jokes and stuff. Yeah, it's a really good one. But then it's funny that you just said that, because in season 4 they completely switched their format to like something that like nobody expected when Netflix picked up the show, and they essentially had each episode was a character's like episode.
What?
And like they never really fully interacted with each other. Like you would see some bits and pieces where like this might have happened in one episode, and then in another episode it happens, and you kind of see the other side of the scene a little bit, but like you would never see them all together. It would be an episode of one person.
And what was the reception on that?
Not good.
Not good. I can't imagine. I was thinking the same
time
thing.
Not good.
And did you agree you didn't like it either?
Yeah, no, it wasn't good.
You see, I feel like shows always try to be like a little edgy, like, oh, let's develop this one character more with his own episode. It's like, is that what the people really want though? Or do they just want to see the whole crew just getting in the shit, like doing whatever they're doing in the show, I feel like it's so much better.
In all media, I think you very much tread the line. It's like fucking, it's sickening how like finicky fans are, but like you have some people and some artists who they can't escape a label of like you do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
And then there's some people who are like, why aren't you doing the thing that I like?
Yeah. Well, it's crazy you brought that up because I forget his name, but you've seen that 70s show?
Yeah.
And who's the main guy? Like
Eric.
Eric. Yes, I forget what the actor's name is.
I know who you're talking about. Though.
I'm sure I'll think of it afterwards.
If you don't know the actor, just look up that 70s show, Eric. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, but I mean, he's like a fairly common actor. I mean, like he's been in other stuff, but you know, for that 70s show, I literally just watched a video on this. How the last season he left the show.
Yeah,
and like they replaced him, and the ratings went down. It just didn't hold because Eric was like that like center, like he was the one that kind of like made sense out of like everything that was going on in that show. But that, you know, a lot of people hated him for it, but what he did was like, even though he's known for that show, he was able to break away from it and do other successful things where if you know that actor, you might not necessarily only think of him for that 70s show. I'm not too familiar with him, so I only think of him for that show. But like he was able to successfully do a lot of things where now he just like has so much money and all, and he did that. He's done other stuff. He's like let his career grow, and now he can just kind of do whatever he wants. It's like kind of crazy. It's cool.
Yeah, that's like the beauty of it. Or like if you come to a point of zen enough where you could like, for a celebrity or even just a regular person, like if you can just block out all that noise of like, it doesn't matter what other people are saying. If you were happy with your decisions and you're liking the path that you're going down, it does not matter what other people have to say. And you know what? I'm sure he made way better decisions taking that risk that he did than he would have been just staying that last extra season and getting that paycheck and being comfortable at the same set he's been at.
Exactly. And that's what the guy I was watching who was making the video was saying, that like instead of just staying comfortable, he knew he wanted to do more. And that's what he did. I mean, and he had a set gig, you know, like that they paid him, you know, thousands of dollars on every episode he did. Like if he continued, he would have been set for life. And he still is. But just the fact that he wanted to go out and do his own thing and make his own path away from that, you can't beat it, man. I love the grind. You know, even though I'm not the greatest at the grind, I love the act of the grind. I love watching people do it. I mean, even us now, like just like the grind of just doing this weekly. I mean, like today, like, you know, me and Tabor were talking pre-pod. I mean, I think both of us would have had a sense of okayness if we didn't do it tonight. But Tabor said, nope, I'm getting out of bed, and so are you. And here we are. And we recorded another pod, episode 12.
That is exactly what happened. I couldn't have said it any better. Like it sucks. I wanted to sleep. I know you did too. And I know we both wanted to do it still. And I'm glad we're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and look, I mean, this is a full pod right here. Wait, is this episode 12 or 13?
12.
Right? Because what episode with AB was 11?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. There. 12 episodes.
It's felt like so long. I mean, it was a long time ago. It feels like since the last time we recorded.
Yeah, 3 months with the Jah and Fah pod.
It's been an excellent time, man. Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
It really has been. You have anything else for us tonight?
You took the words out of my mouth. I don't have anything else.
I've been trying to beat you to it.
You did a good job.
Dude, I knew I was going to feel like this, but I am happy we got out of bed. I'm happy we just did it. I mean, this is something I literally look forward to every time. It's just, you know, some days are just tough to get going, you know, and we're ending it at a perfect time because my TV is about to turn off, which is a source of light, I feel like, for me. So it honestly works out a lot. But hey, man, love doing this with you. Happy we got to hang out this weekend, and looking forward to our next pod.
Oh yeah, man. We'll see you next week, guys.
Hey.